Hi, this is Bob Hall.
Hello, I'm Ben Temple-Smith.
Hi, I'm Ken Lashton.
I'm watching Movers and Shakers.
Movers and Shakers.
Movers and Shakers
Unlimited, and you should too.
What's up, guys? I'm here at 2020 C2E2. I'm here with legendary artist, writer, Bourgeois. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm
Good.
good.
You haven't
I am.
today?
I
You
am.
a lot of people?
Yeah, I have. But I wanted to touch base with you. How has Chicago been? How has C2E2 been just here on day one?
Oh, so far it's just been great. I've been busy all day, which is what makes it fun. Meeting a lot of people, doing a lot of sketches, working on a Moon Knight now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's great, and I'll probably be even busier tomorrow, I would think. So
Yeah. People that obviously are at work now that can't take off, they'll be here tomorrow, of course. But I'll jumping right into comics. Obviously you've had a great hand in it and influence in terms of the characters that a lot of people these days are now know and love, and their household names. Can you tell me, what it's like now? We very much, and I've said this time and time again, we very much live in a time of superheroes in the era that we're in now in all of pop culture. So what is it like now to see a lot of those characters, now get to see the light of day?
Oh, well, I think it's bizarre for one thing.
Right.
I mean, who knew, except for Stan Lee, I don't know that anybody really believed that something like this was going to happen. To some extent, it's both enthralling. I love the Marvel movies. I'm kind of less aware of the DC movies. I mean, I've seen them, but I worked for my work for DC was all Batman.
Sure.
And I don't know a lot of their characters, and I knew all of these characters. Like Black Widow was the first female character, iconic female character that I ever got to do.
We have a movie. Can't believe it.
I did a lot of Thor. Eventually, did a lot of Captain America.
Yeah.
So those guys, seeing those guys on the screen, done so well. That's what's amazing. It's like the ability, the fact that they were able to find actors with the ability to bring those guys to life
them.
is. I've done a lot of theater work. That's been my other career.
Okay.
And
theater major as well, so yeah.
And it's astonishing to me that these guys were able to fill the shoes of those superheroes. Because we've all seen a few times when that did not work.
Yes.
And especially to me, Chris Evans, who was both the Fantastic Four movies.
Right, Human Torch, right.
He was the best thing in it, and as the Human Torch, totally convincing. So when I said they're going to have him playing Captain America, I thought, nah, man, that doesn't seem. And then he's perfection.
Yeah.
So I'm impressed with him.
Awesome. And speaking on that as well, you were talking about Moon Knight, and I find that funny that you're talking about that because they're talking about creating a series for that currently on Disney Plus, and even with you being the co-creator of West Coast Avengers, that's something that we very likely could see on the screen. I mean,
I hope so. I hope
know.
so. I think that'd be fun. Well, I'd love to see Tigra on the screen. I think she's made for the movies,
Right.
And of course, Wonder Man was supposedly a stuntman.
Right.
So it would seem to me to be. But besides, don't you want to see the Avengers barbecuing?
I do. But I mean, based on where we are now with those films, there were a lot of elements that I never thought that we would ever see on a big screen. And I enjoy those stories, whether it's Ragnarok or or elements of World War Hulk, or even like female Thor. Like I remember, speaking to Jason Aaron and saying, well, what do you think if they ever do a female Thor, the Mighty Thor? And lo and behold, that's what we're going to get in the new Thor movie. You're going to have Mighty Thor. So it's just interesting just to see a lot of these things now come to fruition. And based on where we are with Avengers, I hope to see them splinter off and have that happen.
Yep, and I was frankly thrilled. One of my thrills was that Stan lived to see this happen.
Yes.
Because he worked his butt off to make this happen, and so often it did not work out. The first, the Universal films, they just nothing was quite meshing. They could not quite bring themselves to say, yeah, if we just kind of do them the way Marvel did them, it'll work. And the one chance I had, I knew Stan, but he wasn't writing much by the time I came. It was about 1975 when I came to Marvel.
Okay.
But I got to do one thing with him, and unfortunately, it was an adaptation of the first Captain America movie. The one from the late 80s with J.D. Salinger's son.
Yes.
One of the worst movies ever made.
Yeah.
Goes right in there in the top 10. And Stan was going to write it, and I was supposed to draw it. Stan, I think, after he read the script, said, I can't do it. So I ended up having to adapt it myself. And he said, I'll write the dialogue, but I can't bear to do this. So I kind of got to work. Stan, I had an off-Broadway Shakespeare theater, though, and I asked Stan to be on the board, and he was living in L.A., and he said, I live in L.A., Bob. I could never come to any meetings. I said, Stan, I don't want you to come to any meetings. I just want to be the only theater in New York that has Stan Lee on the board of directors.
Right.
And he said, okay, you can do it as long as you don't promise me you won't do any DC character adaptations or any porn. So...
Oh my God. Well, on that note, do you have any, obviously here being a guest, I know you have your commitments here. Is there anything that you have, Bob, yourself that you are, whether you've already done it this weekend or you're planning to do it this weekend now that you're in Chicago, that you're planning on doing?
Well, I'm going to go see the Steppenwolf Theater, which is a big deal.
Yes.
And I have seen their productions when I lived in New York. They brought a Sam Shepard play to New York, and I saw that, but I've never actually seen one at their theater, so I'm kind of excited about that tomorrow night.
All right.
I will be there.
All right, awesome. Well, there you have it, guys. Again, Brandon Troy, Bob Hall. I'm here at C2E2. See you soon.